Okay, cool.
I think I'll be able to talk because I've got it on push to talk here. So
Well, so when you guys start, I'm gonna deafen and mute so that I can like commentate on my stream fully. You guys are welcome to talk,
cool.
Okay.
and then I'll come back at the end, to like final thoughts and stuff.
Ooh.
But I'm live. I'm live now, so if you guys are ready to start, we can get started.
Awesome.
Count us down, yes.
Yeah, actually, I forgot to put a timer on. All right, guys, ready for a countdown?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, get it going in 5. Do you guys have fresh profiles, by the way?
I do.
No. I will switch over.
Okay, yeah, just do that real quick.
Okay.
All right, all set. All right, cool.
Yep.
So we're at the start. Great. Let's get it started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey.
And there we go. All right.
This is a lot of information to take in, Nolan.
It is. It is a lot of information to take in. Excited to learn if the egg goal is impossible for anyone who has divers. Me too. All right, I'm gonna deafen and mute. Good luck, guys. All right, chat. It's just me and you. I'm gonna be able to freely commentate this without having to worry about spoiling anything. So it looks like Pizza Party Time has already dove right into Night Manor. I haven't even gotten a chance to read this, but I do see Night Manor gold disc here. And I do see to collect 10 gold discs on here as well, so that's probably a very smart strat. Night Manor being one of the fastest gold to get in this game. Starting to rack up those golds quickly is gonna... Unfortunately, it looks like they made Manor because they did not grab them. Looks like Bob Salad is taking their start in Alfaria. Forgive me while I get everything set up. I gotta open the bingo on my phone because if I tab out of Discord, you can't see it. And I can't read the tiny little preview on my Streamlabs. Excuse me one moment. There we go. All right. So run out of strokes in Golfaria. Already gone to Bob's Salad. That didn't take very long. My mic is cutting out a little bit. That's interesting. Happening. Let me take a look here. Bring it down a tad. Okay, so I only have audio for Bob's Salad at the moment. If I put both audios on, it's gonna be really... I could try maybe like putting them on kind of low. See how that goes. So Pizza's still like fumbling their way through Night Manor. They did get the flashlight, no batteries and no hook yet. And Bob Salad has moved on to Star Wasper. Let me take a look at that. So we do have a 20x multiplier in Star Wasper. However, look, if Bob is going for row 1, Pizza's going to cut them off in Night Manor, most likely. Granted, they can get through Night Manor before Bob does this, and then also gets to... See what else we've got on here. I'm not seeing a ton of synergy on this card. A lot of, like, single games. Divers, Cyber Owls, Devolution, Onion Delivery, Hyper Contender, Camouflage. We're going to be seeing a lot of games here. Looks like Bob took a death in Star Wasper. No surprise. Easily hardest game in UFO. Not even close. Pizza figuring out their way through Night Manor. Just found the knife. Got the Drano. Not a required item for Gold Disc. I think what they're looking for is probably the batteries, if I had to guess. The hook is also a required item here. They're in the same room, bedroom. Looks like they're grabbing the egg, which also is not required. I'm going to guess that they played Night Manor once and probably haven't gone back to it since. One of the cool things about Bingo that you're encouraged to revisit games that you've maybe just played once, didn't think much about, and now you got to kind of find your way through them again. Looks like Bob's still struggling to get that 20x multiplier in Star Wasper. This is a really mean square that we put on the board. 20x is not an easy thing to do. Oh, do we have hide from the killer on here? Is that what he's doing? No, I think he just died. I think Pizza might have just died. Okay, so he's up to 5 here. Fishing for these eggs, trying to get his multiplier up. Got the drone. Unfortunately, I think this is the gray pilot. The gray pilot's drones are not that great. They don't have fire. They kind of just absorb shots, and they don't do, or they do fire, sorry, but they charge the enemies, so they're not always in like the best spot that you want to be in. Looks like he might be giving up. Yeah, that minigame is legitimately hard, and I've been trying so hard to route a category that forces you to do it because I think it's really cool, and the fastest way through it is to fail twice immediately and let the thing move really fast. So I think that's a really cool thing in a speedrun, but I literally can't come up with a single category where it actually makes sense to hide from the killer. So it looks like Bob has opted to go into Night Manor as well. So they're both fishing for the same square right now. We could see a snipe this early into the game. Let's see if Bob maybe knows his way around a little bit better than Pizza does. Pizza's still struggling to find. Look, he finally looks like he got the hook. There's the batteries. That's probably what he was looking for. He needs that to get upstairs and get the pool cue, and that's pretty much the last thing he needs to beat the game. Does he know that? I'm not sure. It appears no. Bob picked up the coins, which is another item that's not required for any percent, so I'm going to guess that neither of them really know their way through this game super well. So we might be in for a pretty interesting match here. Yep, examining the portrait. There is nothing there, by the way. No items or anything. The only thing about that portrait is that once the killer attacks you in that room, if you look at the portrait again, it will be slashed. And that's pretty much the only thing about it. All right, let me take a look at the board here while we have a moment. Let's see what else we've got. Yeah, Night Manor Gold Disc is the only Night Manor square on here. Pretty interesting that they both went for it so early at the same time. Interesting enough as well is that there's a pilot quest on here, a pilot quest square on here that nobody has started pilot quest for. Yes, absolutely. All bingo gamers need to learn Night Manor Gold Disc. It's literally the easiest run in the game, and it's so fast. You can blitz through Disc. Even if you're not necessarily a Night Manor speedrunner, you can do it in like under 3 minutes. Ooh. But Bob successfully hides from the killer there. Very nice work. Yeah, so unfortunately, the thing about not knowing your way through Night Manor that well is that room in particular is a hide room. So you only have to play the hide minigame in certain rooms. That one, both got caught in. Not knowing that was a hide room, I guess. Also not knowing that you can just attack the killer and get away. Pizza couldn't do that before because they didn't have the hook. All right, Pizza's in the shed. Almost done with Night Manor. Picking up a lot of non-required items here, but that's fine. Understandable. So this key is not required, and then crushing the egg in the vice to get the gold key, also not required. Meanwhile, it looks like Bob is fishing around for items. I'm going to guess he also didn't find the batteries. By the way, how is my hacked together stream layout for a 1v1 bingo? I want to do something better at some point, but this is what I've got for now. I noticed that my game feeds are a little misaligned here. It's not bad. Hey, you know, I'll take not bad. I'll take not bad. I couldn't like set this up until they were both in the call, you know, screen sharing, and then I didn't want to keep them waiting while I like put a stream layout together. So it is what it is. Okay, looks like Bob found the hook finally in the batteries. But it looks like Pizza's got everything he needs. He's got the car key and the motor. Pizza's to take this one from Bob, it looks like. Bob's probably going to opt to finish it anyway because it's short and counts as a gold disc towards that get 10 gold disc. Yeah, so the only general goals on here I see are 10 gold discs and 12 bosses. Everything else is specific to a game, which is a little bit of a bummer. I like when the cards have more general goals on them. I think that makes for a little bit more interesting the game. Whereas opposed to they're just going to be hopping from game to game and hoping that they... Ooh, looks like Pizza's hiding again. So might not be a free win. Let's see what happens here. Looking good so far. Oh, one more. Oh, gets caught right at the end. I think that was the last one, too. Pretty unfortunate there. Bob's still trying to find their way around. I can't tell exactly what items they have. Looks like the flashlight, they have the duct tape, but then maybe they don't have the hook. The hook is required to get the pool, to get to the shed key, to get the last two items you need. Ooh, but it looks like Pizza is finishing up Night Manor gold there. That's going to be a square for Pizza. I should fill that in very soon. I agree with that, Goose, and I think that's a great idea. We should do that. There's another format called Isaac that might actually work well for us. I think it's only 5 tiers. There we go. Night Manor gold disc picked off by Pizza, so that's Pizza's first square. Actually, I should be updating their score. I think it's going to take the... Yeah, it's going to take the stream away for a second. Sorry about that. Thank you, Stream Meta, for working. Pull this over here. Stream. This is not working. Oh, there we go. All right, now it's working. All right, so we got 1-1 here. Bob taking a look at the board, trying to see what else they can do here while... Oh, did I get them mixed up? Oh, somehow it looks like they might have gotten mixed up on my screen. Swap them back. There we go. Pizza's on the left, Bob's on the right. All right, so Bob tabbed out there, looks like, because that's what happens to your stream when you tab out for some reason. And looks like Pizza's hopping in a hyper contender, which means we're probably seeing the draft mode square right in the center of the board. I didn't catch what game Bob just opened. Campanella 3. So we have win the bonus game in Campanella 3. I believe that's the only Camp 3 goal we have on here. Yep. So looks like we're just going to be aiming to win the bonus game. Just need one perfect wave at least. The more perfect waves you get, the easier the bonus game is to win. So ideally, you want a perfect wave 1 here, as it's the easiest one to perfect. Let's see if they can do it. I actually don't know which Elka Pizza is playing as. I think it's the not default color one. Welcome in, Mans. You're rooting for the winner. So which player is that? The winner is the viewer, truly, right? Oh, looks like so one enemy got away there. We're in wave 2. I did not catch if Bob was able to perfect wave 1 or not. I did not catch that. Truly, honestly, Goose, you and I are the winners here because we get to witness our bingo being tested. So I've never actually done draft battle in Hyper Contender. Is it all mirror matches? Is that the point? It is not all mirror matches. This is strange luck. Very interesting. My assumption is that you go through like all the characters. You know, when I play Hyper Contender, I hate this motherfucker right here. Gilroy, I hate this guy. I hate playing as him, and I hate playing against him. Alright, so pretty soon Bob's going to be coming up here on stage 1 boss, Galbrain. Has 2 lives left, so should hopefully not have a problem getting through that, and then the bonus game will be after that. To be able to hopefully win the bonus game and then tick off that square. Meanwhile, Pizza over here has to win 8 matches, right? Learn the Gilroy cheese, it's free. I don't know about this. Hate him, and I refuse to play him, so I simply don't know about this. I like how I can still hear when people join the Discord call, even though I'm deafened. That's really great. Alright, so Bob is going to be coming up on the end of Galbrain here. No problem taking out that boss. Pretty straightforward boss, all things considered. Now, in order to win the bonus game, you have to score 50 points. And I did not catch how many waves they perfected, but if it was only 1, then the routing on this is very tight. They only give you, I think, 60 points worth of balloons or something like that. And they come at you really fast, as you can see. You don't move that fast in Campanella 3, so if a balloon starts spawning and it's on the other side of the screen, you kind of just have to give it up. You want to stay centered as much as you can. 58, that's going to get it. Bob's going to tick off that win the bonus game in Campanella 3. Which is setting up Bob for a column 1 victory here. Unless Pizza Party Time snipes that, which they're currently not doing. We'll have to see if they may opt to adjust their strategy. Except column 1. You can back Gilroy into a corner and not allow him to do anything. I might have to learn about this. Oh, wait, I don't want to run Hyper Contender anymore. Ooh, is Bob starting Pilot Quest? That's probably a solid choice. Finding a ship part in Pilot Quest is no simple ask. This is definitely one of the more involved squares. And typically, if you want to do a Pilot Quest square, you kind of have to start it at the very beginning of the bingo. So losing 15 minutes to not having started Pilot Quest yet might bite Bob later. But in all fairness, Pizza hasn't started Pilot Quest at all, so... Is my bingo board not updating? No, I don't see it on my phone. Oh, no, you're right, it's not updating. I had to refresh on my phone. Wow, do I have to, like, keep it open? That's really annoying. Alright, hang on, let me do something here so I can... it's gonna look fucked up for a minute. I'm back. Hello? I might have to switch off of Streamlabs sooner than I thought, because, wow, fuck this software. The whole Streamlabs just fucking froze up on me. Anyway, what I was saying... Let me get the bingo card back up. Sorry about that. Alright, so stream's back. Sorry about that. So yeah, my bingo wasn't updating because Streamlabs just decided to shit the bed and stop working. I don't know. Jumping right back in. Do my eyes deceive me, or is Bob playing its tactics right now? What square is it tactics here? Do we have win 2 battles without taking damage? That is a tough ask. This game is not easy. Yes, Pizza is going to have to try to snipe Bob. So what I think Pizza's doing right now is finishing up Hyper Contender, probably looking at the board and going, okay, I need to pick one of these in column 1. Snipe Bob. Hopefully, he does not pick the tactics, because that's what Bob is doing right now. And Bob will have the clear advantage there. Oh, was that it? Oh, that was it. My bingo's still not updating. There we go. Is that working now? There we go. All right. So now, well, Bob is looking really good for what is it? A column 1 victory here. Already back in Pilot Quest while Pizza's still in Hyper Contender. Finding the ship part in Pilot Quest is not easy. I think Pizza might look at this and say, shit, I haven't started Pilot Quest yet. I have to go into Paint Chase. And that would be the correct play here. Because there's absolutely no way at this point that he's able to catch up in Pilot Quest. Ooh. Okay, already on to Paint Chase. If Bob takes Paint Chase, this might be over. Might just be over. Looks like maybe abandoned Hyper Contender. I didn't catch it. Did Pizza win Hyper Contender, or are they giving up on it? Oh, they did win. They won. Okay. Now Pizza is gonna have to run as fast as they can into Paint Chase because Bob is already working on reaching a score of 150 in Paint Chase. And I feel the need to specify this does not mean you have to win with a score of 150. You just have to reach the score of 150. If you're bad, 150 can take a bit. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that Bob is not bad at Paint Chase. Looking at the screen right now. They're already at 39. All right, let's see if Pizza can do it. Pizza needs this snipe to stay in the game, or it's just GG. Unfortunately, column 3 is pretty long as well. If this Paint Chase doesn't go Pizza's way, I don't really see them finishing column 3 before Bob is able to find that ship part in Pilot Quest. Might not even be enough to win the stage. Ooh, all right. Pizza's off to a rough start here. Bob is going to have to crash and burn for this. He's kind of taken a pretty soaring lead here. Plus 42, that's 81. Already over halfway there. My eyes are glued to Bob's screen right now. Bob is clearly very good at Paint Chase, much better than me. Saving Paint Chase for last, maybe knowing that he was really good at it, might have been a really good strategy. Looks like Pizza's still on stage 1 here, looks like. All right, getting through stage 1 with a 16, that's not really going to cut it. Bob's already pretty much almost there, unfortunately, and we might just have to sit here and watch Bob find a ship part in Pilot Quest to finish this out. All right, Bob, what's the score? 148. One more. One more level. Down to the wire here. It looks like Bob's kind of got this one covered. Not gonna lie. Well, guys, I think we're gonna be watching Pilot Quest. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Yeah, I would not want to be in the ring with Bob either. Ooh, okay, so Pizza now sees that. Let's see what they're gonna do. The only thing they can really do here... Val Brace? What is Bob doing? Val Brace? Winning's not enough. They have to now also snipe Pizza. Talk about cutthroat. Not even skipping the cutscene. The BM on this guy. I don't think Pizza has noticed yet that square has been ticked off. Unless he's just admitting defeat and he's just playing Paint Chase for fun. I'm gonna guess he hasn't seen it yet. I wonder if he's worried, if Bob is worried that Pizza can finish that column before he can find the ship part in Pilot Quest. I actually think there might be some merit to that. And Valbrace is a game you can make progress in, leave, and come back. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see him beat floor 0 and then head back to Pilot Quest. You know, he may just be setting up for that give the Red Knight 5 items square. Seems to know Valbrace pretty well too, honestly. Pizza's still playing Paint Chase. A 2v1 against Bob, you might be onto something, actually. You might be onto something. At what point does Pizza... Oh, it's game over. Okay. I think Pizza's going to look at the board now. I think he's going to look at the board now. Taking some hits in Valbrace over here, not just opting to win. I mean, I say that, but finding a ship part in Pilot Quest is not a small task, and it's possible he may just be waiting for the idol to do some work. Ooh, Pizza's opening Pilot Quest. This could turn the tables. If Pizza could just sit here and bash that crystal until he finds a way to get that ship part in Pilot Quest, man, we could be in for a game. I noticed they didn't immediately go for the crystal. Does Pizza know Pilot Quest? Does he know how this game works? He must, right? Okay, yeah, he's going for to get the seeds. So I think Bob has 3 seeds already. Bob's returning to Pilot Quest now. So Pilot Quest is somehow going to be the game that makes or breaks this. So Bob already up to 779, 782 drops. Getting another seed and leaving? Leaving. Okay. I think Pizza is going to opt to stay here and hit the crystal, which is probably the smart thing to do. So yeah, like I said, Bob, when it finished with floor 0 of Valbrace, checked on Pilot Quest, came back. So games that can save your progress work really well with Pilot Quest. They go hand in hand with one another. So giving the Red Knight 5 items is a square that was recently modified. It used to say 7 because I had to do this yesterday. I was playing against Goose. And it turns out you can't give the Red Knight keys and gems or items that are equipped to you. And you can't just unequip items. You have to replace them with something. So I had thought, like, oh, I'll just take all my clothes off and I'll give him that. You can't do that. You actually have to find items. So you have to either, pick up weapons, pick up clothes, shields along the way, or you have to sit there and essentially mash until monsters spawn and hope you get random drops. There are no other Valbrace squares on the board at this time. So this is the only thing he's going to be gaming to do is get 5 items that he's able to give to the Red Knight. He also has to find the Red Knight. And since he pulled the boulder switch, I'm going to guess he does not have floor 1 memorized. I sure didn't. This seems like a good time to mention for anybody watching that you are allowed to have notes when you play bingo. You are allowed to write up your own document notes. You can have maps. You can have cheat sheet, whatever you need to get through these games. I have personally the maps for floor 0, 1, and 2 in my document, Valbrace. So it looks like he actually already has 5 items in his inventory that he's not using. He might be able to give to the Red Knight. I didn't get a great look, but it looked like there were 5 items that are not gems and keys. Oop, my timer got messed up somehow. We don't need the timer. Somehow everything got like shifted. Anyway. So let's see. He's got a red potion slime skull, another potion slime skull, and the longsword. 5 items that you can give to the Red Knight. Just doing a little inventory management here, I suppose. The pizza is doing the smart thing here, which is bashing that crystal. This is unfortunately, I think, pizza's only course of action here, is to just keep doing this. I have not seen how many seeds they have up. It looks like 2, based on how their moondrops are going up. Maybe more, maybe 3. We are commentating a bingo showdown, dude. It's been a little bit of a blowout so far for Bob Salad here. Here's the clutch. Here's the clincher, though, is that the game you see Pizza Party Time playing here is called Pilot Quest. This is a game that runs in the background while you play other games. Bob has started this game already and is currently running in his background while he does other things to try to cut off Pizza. However, if Pizza wants to win, he has to take the Pilot Quest square. So he's sitting in Pilot Quest, playing the idle game, and just smashing the crystal over and over again. Yes, he does need some lucky drops. I don't think he's gotten a single ingot drop yet. So what is it, like a 0.01% to get an ingot? By the way, Goose, in our match yesterday, I think I got 2 ingots from the crystal. I'm not kidding. I think I actually got 2. So unfortunately, Pilot Quest is a game you typically want to start at the beginning of bingo if you know it's something that you're going to want to get, so that it runs while you're playing. Bob started it 15 minutes in, and then Pizza started it just a few minutes ago. Unfortunately, my PC crashed halfway through this, so the timer stopped, so I don't know how far in we are anymore. I think we're about half an hour in. Bob's still trying to find their way through Valbrace. If you don't know these maps by heart, they're incredibly confusing. If you don't know the gate spell to get through, he does know the map spell, so he's at least using that to help him get around. He does know the gate spell, and there's the Red Knight. Now he's going to give him 5 items, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 more should do it. 5. Bob is going to tick that off and probably return to Pilot Quest. Yeah, it was really annoying, man. At least we're back, though. Still no ingot drops for Pizza either. Kind of caught up to Bob, though, in terms of moon drops. So it's going to be a race to the finish here. And this is what the race looks like, fellas. Just hitting crystals. Chat, how you guys doing? Got any fun? How was your weekends? You done anything interesting? It's snowing here, so I think I'm taking off tomorrow. Oh, you got it released? Hell yeah, man! Dude, I'll have to download the newest version. I'm sure you made some changes, but it was a great album, dude. Super fun to play. And so this is what UFO 50 Bingo boils down to. This is UFO 50 Bingo in its purest form. Guys, I don't know what to talk about. I got nothing. Changes to the... Okay, cool, yeah. That's what I thought. What I don't know what changed in Ghost Vomit. Oh, was there was that missing kick in Ghost Vomit. I guess you found that. Okay, hey. Bob's going into the wild zone. Bob's going to start looking for that ship part. Only 120 seconds, and every time you get hit in this game, you lose time. You don't lose health. So, getting hit right there. Really bad. You see how much time you just lost? Like 30 seconds? Another one. Okay, yeah, this is not going to work out. So in order to get into the wild zone in Pilot Quest, you need meat. In order to get meat, you need to find the hunter. You need an ingot to unlock the hunter to give you meat. So Bob is ahead in that regard. Found one meat, gonna abandon this with 6 seconds to spare and jump right back in with that one meat that they just happened to find. That was a very lucky pickup. Because otherwise it takes, what, like 5 minutes for another meat to spawn or something like that. Pizza is looking on there to get their ingot now, which is going to give them access to meat very soon. Forgot that they actually have to make the ingot. Did some meal prepping, also put in some orders, some cool shit. Hell yeah, dude. Getting a new mouse, new kick pad. Dude, you're living life. Is this what being employed is like? All right. Hunter stand is open on Pizza's side. Bob takes a death. That's gonna hurt. They have no meat now. They have to figure out just something else to do. I'm looking at that board, trying to figure out what else they can do. The defeat 12 bosses square here is very mean. Currently, there's only been one boss defeated at all, which was Bob defeated the boss, the first boss in Campanella 3. Pizza has defeated 0 bosses so far. However, Pizza is the only one with a gold disc right now. I don't think Bob has gotten any gold discs yet. Bob opting to top into Ninpek here, an auto-scroller kind of game. Probably looking for the square Ninpek gold disc. Pretty short game. You can beat it fairly quickly. You have a random pool of options. Yes. So Goose and I have actually been developing this for like a week now. Just coming up with tons of goals and stuff. And this is, we're getting into our real like first testing phase here. Goose and I played yesterday. And now Bob and Pizza are playing, and I'm commentating. A real sense of what it's like. I think this card was a little unlucky, and I think we want to look into some different randomization formats to make the cards a little bit more balanced, because this card only has 2 goals that span multiple games, and every other goal is one game that shares nothing else with anything else on the card. So it's a little bit awkward. You can't like work towards 2 things at once, really. So hopefully we want to find some system that helps alleviate that problem. Okay, so Pizza has a meat, but is opting to try to get more, to have more time to look for that ship part. I'm not gonna lie, things are actually starting to look pretty decent for Pizza since Bob took that unfortunate death in Pilot Quest. Pizza might be able to snipe this square. So I was wrong. Hopping directly into the wild area, whatever it's called, I don't remember. With 120 seconds for 1 meat, trying to find anything they can find. You can find more meat in here, so maybe the goal is to jump in and try to find 2 or 3 meat that you can come back and do more with. Looks like Ninpek is going pretty well over on Bob's side. Still 4 lives to spare. I am really dog shit at this game. I've never beaten it. So I would be pretty terrified of this square, personally. But Bob seems to know what he's doing. Ooh, narrowly dodges the teeth enemy there. Finding his way through. Alright, so Pizza finds a cave. Unfortunately, no ship part in there. So the ship parts are hidden in, like, dungeons. And the caves are randomized every time you start a new file. So, unfortunately, the first cave he finds is not a dungeon, so there is no ship part there. Looks like he's going to opt to he hasn't found anything. He's going to spend his last few seconds just looking around, seeing what he can find, and just... Pretty unfortunate for Pizza there that he wasn't able to find anything. Going to have to just wait for meat now. This is what Pizza is going to be doing, I guess. Obviously, Pizza knows that Bob hasn't ticked this off either yet. So clearly, there's some merit to staying in Pilot Quest, right? I think if you're Pizza right now, you've got to be weighing your options. Like, how are they doing in Pilot Quest? Can I afford to leave and come back? Or should I just sit here and just farm for moondrops as much as I can? Looks like Pizza is opting to leave Pilot Quest. So I forget exactly how it works, but I believe you get 1 meat every 5 minutes, so they may try to do something for 5 minutes and come back. Dude, I haven't thought about anything. This was very on the fly. This wasn't planned. I threw this scene together like willy-nilly, you know. So I would love to up the production value of this in the future, you know, but the bingo isn't even finalized yet, unfortunately. It's still very early stages. It's gonna take a long time for it to really get to that point. Okay, so pizza hopping into Overbold. Overbold is a really interesting game in UFO 50. It's kind of like an arena shooter, where you basically bet how many enemies you can take to win more money. So you say, yeah, I can take more enemies and raise the prize. Looks like he's opting for an easy couple of rounds to start. Probably just going to go for that health upgrade, and probably looking for that Overbold gold disc square, which is in column 2, row 4. Meanwhile, it looks like Bob is coming up near the end of Ninpek here. I don't remember exactly how long this game is. Again, haven't beaten it. It's on my list to beat this game. It's like Pizza trying to decide what upgrade they want for the next wave. So the way Overbold works, there are 8 fights, and I believe it's 8. And so you can only buy the amount of upgrades that you can afford by the time you reach round 8, and round 8 is a ridiculous fight with a huge boss at the end. Ninpek is like 9 minutes long. Really? Wow. Why? I'm kind of a Ninpek hater, I'm not gonna lie. It's really not my favorite game in UFO 50. I did not know you could kill the spikes. Wow, they have a lot of HP. Ooh, going for the dash. Interesting. So, I've actually never used the dash at Overbold. I know it's very, very good. Uh-oh, 1 life left on Bob over here in Ninpek. Doesn't want to respawn on those spikes. Ooh, this is looking tough. All right, makes it to the next cherry section. Gonna get a lot of points. Hopefully get a life here. Do you get lives for points in Ninpek? Is that how it works? Okay, so Pizza's up to number 7 here. Seems to be doing pretty well, honestly. All things considered, raising the stakes quite a lot. Wants to be nice and powerful for that final wave. Ninpek is the shortest auto-scroller in UFO 50. It does not feel that way. When I play it, I'm like, man, when does this game end? That's super long for one of these games. In a speedrun context, yes. There are, if you're going for just like any gold disc, there are much faster games. Which we've already seen both of them complete Night Manor. Or I actually don't remember if Bob completed Night Manor or if he dipped out of it. All right, looks like Pizza's going to be returning to Pilot Quest here. Still no meat, unfortunately. Has not been 5 minutes. I didn't catch it. I think he might have lost in Overbold. So probably just trying to figure out how to best spend his time. Bob kind of equally struggling over here. What appeared to be a real clean sweep from the start has turned into a bit of a nail-biter, honestly. Ooh, onion delivery. What an interesting choice coming out here. Fuck this game. I hate this game so much. So onion delivery is kind of Arquap. I don't know how to describe it. The controls are very bad and janky, and you have to just essentially deliver onions. Get from point A to point B, and then eventually it tells you to go home. So the goal here to complete, deliver 12 onions in a single day. That's a tough one. That's a pretty tough ask. We're going to see if he's able to do it. Looks like he's got 2 so far. You're only required to do 5, but you can work overtime and deliver as many onions as you can in a day for additional points. And the stream appears to have died. There we go. Discord streaming, everybody. It's great. Yeah, Arcade DoorDash. You got it, pretty much. Onion Delivery is not the best game. I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say that it's not the best game in UFO. It's taking a lot of hits here. So he's 5 onions, so technically he's beaten the level, but the square says deliver 12 in a single day, and he's low on health. Looking a little dicey. And I hate this game. Oh, and that's going to be the end. Opting to hop out, return to Pilot Quest, and hope he has some meat ready to go. While it looks like Bob is at the end of Ninpeck with 1 life. Can he finish it up? Let's take a look. You have to shoot this octopus in the eye, which means you have to have platforms that are the correct length, the correct height in order to do that. And looks like he's going to be getting that Ninpeck gold disc. All right, so that's Bob's first gold, and also a square on the board. Also setting up Bob for a potential bottom row backup plan. So Bob, returning to Pilot Quest now, has 1 meat ready to go. Gonna hop back into that wild area and hope things work out. No, not quite. Okay, yes. Meanwhile, Pizza's in the big bell, right? The big bell race right now, playing Mario Kart over there. But I want to put attention over here to Bob because this is really going to make or break the entire bingo round at this point. If Bob can make any progress toward finding that ship part, this could end very quickly, or it could go on for a while. Taking a hit again. Ooh, Pilot Quest is really killing this bingo game, man. Trying to find meat, ingots, anything useful that could potentially help him just get to that ship part a little bit faster. Found a meat, that's great. That means if he fails, he can come back in. Oh, but he has to escape. He can't die. If he dies, then he loses the meat. So he may opt to just leave and come back. Set the timer. Gonna do a little additional exploration here, actually. I don't know if I would be doing this if I was Bob. All right, Pizza out of the Big Bell race. Oh, KO'd 3 opponents in the Big Bell race. That's another for Pizza. I have not been keeping the score up to date. I am worst. Let's see. Pizza's at 3 and Bob is at 1, 2. Please update. Maybe update. Consider updating. Consider updating. There we go. All right. Okay, so it looks like we got Pizza and Cyber Owls now. This is Pizza's jam. Pizza, ever since this game came out, has been speedrunning Cyber Owls pretty much nonstop. And I believe is the current world record holder. So, yeah, you can see the skill on display here. This is definitely where Pizza wants to be. And probably was saving this mission for later, knowing that they had the edge versus Bob in this particular game. So it's a Stardew-like game. No, kind of like Cookie Clicker, but also Zelda. Like Cookie Clicker meets Zelda 1. You're talking about Pilot Quest, right? Specifically. Ooh, trying to just avoid getting hit here. Gonna find what's in this cave. It's Isabel's cave, which is not a ship part, which is not a dungeon, but it is resources, which can be very valuable. 2 ingots here is actually really huge. Ooh, 5 ingots here. 6 ingots here. That's great. He's gonna want to get out of there pretty much as fast as he can. 125 seconds. He may opt to look for another cave. I know there's one kind of near here in the kind of like marbly area. So may opt to take a look there as well and see what he can find. You know, Pizza's putting on an absolute clinic over there in Cyber Owls right now. Making very short work of that game. Ooh, taking a hit. That's not going to be good. Going to want to get out of here. Who would have thought that it would have come down to Pilot Quest of all things? Ooh, I didn't miss Goose. Column 4 is a good column. If Pizza can cut off Bob. Yeah, so I think that might be what Pizza's going for, is a column 4 sweep, banking that Bob is not going to find this ship part. And I'm almost starting to wonder if finding the ship part is a goal that we need to revisit. Because both players have really struggled with it. So it's a bit iffy trying to figure out what you can and can't do in Pilot Quest and a bingo and the time allotted for a bingo. Making a workbench. So it looks like Bob's trying to figure out what to do with his ingots. Opts for the workbench, but has no friends to work on that workbench. So maybe not sure what to do with them yet. What I probably would have done there is gotten a friend. I guess it doesn't matter what order. Bob taking a look at that board, going for Caramel Caramel. Another game I really don't like. But going for that column 4, try to beat the egg and Caramel Caramel. Let's see if they can do it. I honestly I got my money on Bob being able to do it. So Pizza over here still playing Cyber Owls, even though it might look like a different game. Cyber Owls is a game where each level is like kind of a different genre. It's a really interesting game. And Pizza's very proficient at all the levels in this game. Bob looking like he's making short work of Caramel Caramel, having no issue getting through the game as well. Ooh, taking a hit there, but not a huge deal as long as he gets through. Now, Goose, correct me if I'm wrong, is the egg the boss of like the first stage in this game, or is it like the second stage? I don't remember. Okay, so that's going to be 2 missions in Cyber Owls for Pizza Party Time. Are they going to tick that off? Oh, they died. Oh, no, they didn't die. It says missions 1, 1. I missed what happened there. Egg is in the first stage, okay. Returning to Pilot Quest again. Should have some meat there this time, hopefully. Oh, let me update the score. Yep. I need an extra monitor. Low on health here over on Caramel Caramel for Bob. Gets through the cookie with 1 HP remaining. Ooh, almost there. Almost getting got. Yeah, if you die in this game, it's GG. It's game over. You got to head back to the start. So hopefully it doesn't take any more damage here. But if Bob does take damage here, that's going to open the gates here for Pizza Party Time to really sink their teeth into column 4, so to speak. It looks like Pizza's looking for their next game to play. 1 HP to defeat the egg here on Caramel Caramel. If it's successful, that would mean Bob has cut column 4 off for Pizza Party Time. They're going to have to figure out a new strategy. Bit of a bullet hell going on here. A lot of things bouncing around the screen. Bob nimbly dodging. Oh, and unable to work. I think Bob's a little frustrated. I would be too. Looks like he's going to go for it again. Really determined to cut off Pizza on column 4 here. Meanwhile, it looks like Pizza might be a little stun locked. Not really sure where to go or what to do. I know that feeling all too well. If you look at this board and you're like, man, I don't know any of these games, that's a pretty bad feeling in UFO 50 Bingo. You kind of feel like you're out of options. So it looks like he's opting to just go back to Pilot Quest and sit there until the meat spawns. And you know what? I can't blame him. Nope, still no meat. Sorry. Is he really just waiting around? Oh, going into Caramel Caramel. We could see a potential snipe here if Bob dies again and Pizza first tries this. We could potentially see a snipe in Pizza's favor. This ain't over yet. I'm trying to see something real quick, actually. Timers start at a certain time. Ooh, what? Oh, so Bob did die again in Caramel Caramel. So if Pizza first tries this, that's a snipe. Unfortunately, it looks like Pizza only has 2 health. Yeah. Okay. Gonna be on their last life here, hoping to make it work. And that's a game over. Both sides. Ooh, Caramel Caramel is looking a little brutal, isn't it? You're rooting for Pizza comeback? I'm also rooting for a Pizza comeback here. I mean, pizza's better than salad, so. Okay, looks like Pizza's returning to Pilot Quest. Probably doesn't know that they're in a race to beat Caramel Caramel. But ultimately, Pilot Quest is #1 priority here, and looks like still no meat. God, that's gotta be frustrating. I don't know how long it takes meat to spawn in Pilot Quest. Will Pizza return to Caramel Caramel, or are they going to go for a different goal here? Theoretically, Pizza could still technically win on majority if they play their cards right, and if Bob makes some crucial mistakes. Which we've seen so far that Bob is not perfect. I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen anybody go for Campanella yet. Campanella is a game that's like not super difficult, and the stage B boss is honestly something that most people can do on a casual first attempt. Ooh, looks like Pizza's going for Star Wasper. 20x multiplier in Star Wasper is not easy. And Star Wasper is easily the hardest game in UFO 50. So let's see how well they know their shmuppin. Because shmuppin is hard. So we have 2 shmups on the screen at once. I don't know what kind of streamer I am anymore. Looks like you might be opting to go for the GGG to get the drones to start, which is a common strat to help you be a little more survivable as the game goes on, and then you start building up your score multiplier by spelling egg. The way this game works is you use the E's and G's to spell different words that give you different abilities, power-ups, etc. Ooh, unfortunately taking a death there. That's not good. Unfortunately, they may just have to... Yeah, I would reset, personally. Okay, looks like Bob is back at the egg. Another shot at this. Let's see how it goes. If Bob dies to the egg again, we may see a reset, or we may see him opt to go for a different game here. Again on 1 HP. Let's see what happens. Doing some good damage here. He seems like he's got a bit of a system, but now the egg is on the move. Freezing him with the camera is a very good strat. Camera runs out of bat, and that's going to be another death. Oh no, Bob. That's got to hurt. That's got to be so frustrating. Going right back in, though. Going right back. Anyway, as I was saying about Star Wasper, you need to spell egg over and over to keep your score multiplier going up. But if you either die or spell something other than egg, that is not a valid combination of letters, you lose your streak. Lose your multiplier. So it looks like he's opting to just reset if he dies or loses his streak, which is definitely the strat for here. Oh, Bob's going back into the wild area pilot quest. Again, Bob only needs to find the ship part to win, so if he can make any headway here, this game could come to a very rapid conclusion. Let's see. Part of the other hard part about Pilot Quest here is, as you're playing other games in between, remembering where you've been and what you've seen. So he has seen this cave to the right of him here already and saw that it was not a dungeon. Is he going to remember that? Find some meat, which is great. If as long as he escapes, he can try again. So he may spend some time exploring kind of close to the entrance here so that he can get out as needed and he can just hop back in. 2 meat. Oh, he may opt to actually just get out of here now to get a nice big timer to go explore. Ooh, it looks like he's going to go up into the marbly area. There is a cave here that can be a dungeon. Looks like he's trying to fish for some enemy drops. Takes a hit. That's probably not the play. I would be beelining it to that cave if I was Bob. Looks like he's opting to get out of here, take his 2 meat and run. I would do the same. Meanwhile, Pizza's over here sitting on an 8 multiplier. Takes death. Again, this 20x multiplier is very difficult. There is two variants of this goal. One is 10x, one is 20x. They unfortunately got the hard one. Yeah, I would also opt to leave right away. If you get 2 meat, you want that big timer because you want to be able to look around. Even if you just find where the dungeon is, that is huge progress, even if you don't get the ship part. Next time you come in, you can get the ship part. Opting to, again, just kill enemies, try to find stuff. Probably not a bad idea, even if he finds the dungeon. It's pretty unlikely he's going to get the ship part the first time he's in the dungeon. He has 3 Zoldnaks, which is important. Zoldnaks are like a currency in this game that you can use to open teleporters that can help you get around the map faster. So he may find a dungeon entrance near a teleporter and be able to activate that teleporter so he can quickly get back to the dungeon. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Getting a little walled in here by this enemy. Yeah, the enemies here are bastards. They are extremely mean. You have this big guy who's constantly sending out electricity. All these guys who fire projectiles and bombs. Looks like Pizza's pretty dead set on this 20x multiplier. I honestly don't think it's a bad play to just keep going for this because it's something that I doubt Bob is going to go for. And look, he's already up to 12. This goal actually used to say 12. Sorry. My bad. 16. Very close to that 20. Let's see if he can pull it off. 17. 18. Needs 2 more eggs to get to the 20. So close. Taking a death here would hurt so bad. But, oh, now he's up to the bosses. Unfortunately, you have to beat the bosses to advance to get more letters. Don't go for those. So it looks like on the other side of the screen, Bob has found the dungeon where the ship part is, so this could actually all be for nothing, unfortunately. We're going to see how far Bob can get in this dungeon, but even just knowing where it is already an advantage over how far Pizza is in Party Quest. Pilot Quest. I said Party Quest. 19! 1 more egg! We could have gotten it right there. So close. Did he get the 20? I didn't see. I thought it said 19. We'll review the tapes later. He got the 20. Okay, good. That's 20 in Star Whisper for Pizza. That is a hard one. That is good to have. It looks like he's going to be returning to Pilot Quest. Let's see if he can make up this lost ground between him and... Ooh, the hit there. Got 3 meat. If I was Bob, I'd be getting the fuck out of this dungeon. I would be running for my life. It looks like that is what he may be doing. Meanwhile, Pizza's going back in, racing to find this. So their maps are actually going to be different, by the way, on both sides. The caves are randomized. So the general map is the same. The caves are randomized. So the cave that Bob just found a dungeon in may not be a dungeon for Pizza, and vice versa. Pizza opting to just try to farm some meat here. Probably the smart play. You're not going to get too far with just 1 meat. Bob over here with 3 meat, however, which is really huge. Gonna get a friend going on the workbench to start crafting some ingots, maybe get some power-ups. And he's heading back out. He's going straight back to that dungeon, try to find this ship part, because that ship part is his key to victory here. Meanwhile, Pizza's still looking around, hasn't found any good drops yet. No meat, has not found a dungeon. But this game is volatile. We've already seen it. We've already seen it happen, where the person who's so ahead takes a really unfortunate death. Look, just takes a hit there, just completely on accident. Nothing you can really do about it. Just looking for resources. There's an ingot there. That's going to be helpful. Heading back into this dungeon, see what he can make out of it. Meanwhile, we have Pizza in the same area, but unable to really come up with anything. Trying to get out of here with this 1 meat so that they can try again. Nice big timer over here for Bob, but these bosses, they don't care about your timer sometimes. They'll just eat it up. Ooh, taking 2 time here. That's a bit unfortunate. Not a huge deal. They only deal 10. Definitely wants that meat. Very nice maneuver there from Bob getting around those enemies. Pizza hopping back in. I don't know if he's checked the cave that Bob is in right now, to see if it's a dungeon. I don't know if he's checked that yet. But looks like he might know where he's going. Or not. Okay, so finds this guy, who's pretty interesting. Oh, he's going to give him energy. This is actually huge. Spending his Zoldnaks on a ton of energy, a ton of extra time. This is looking like it might just go to Bob, actually. He can now afford to take a lot of hits, spend a lot of time looking around this dungeon for the ship part. All he has to do is find it and escape. Looks like this is going to be the boss here. And the ship part is behind the boss, so all he has to do is win, but he has to win with enough time to get out of here. Now, the boss will drop some energy, so he'll get a little extra time in case he doesn't end up with that much, but it's not really enough to get out on its own, if I remember correctly. You need to have a little bit of time left over on top of that. Meanwhile, Pizza, meatless, dungeonless, looking pretty defeated in Pilot Quest over there. It's Bob's games to lose at this point. Now, an unupgraded yo-yo, it takes quite a long time to kill these bosses. But they're not. This one in particular is not very threatening. I think this is probably the easiest boss, and there you go. So that ship part is going to be over in the next room. He's got a ton of time to get out of here. I think this game has been decided. This has been pretty fun. I think this has been pretty fun. I definitely think I see some things that I want to improve on the board. But overall, I think this was pretty successful, and I'm glad we actually get to see a bingo game to complete. Oh, I never updated Pizza's score over here. My bad. No, I did. It just didn't update on the stream. I need a better tool. Stream meta doesn't update very well. Whatever. I mean, so I wonder what Pete's is thinking right now. He's got to be thinking, like, how has he not gotten this ship part yet? All right, chat, any final thoughts on bingo? Think it went well? We think it didn't go great. We think it could do better. What are you guys thinking? All right, that's it. That's bingo. Bob Salad is your winner. Surprised it's over so quickly. We've been here for an hour 15 or so. I don't think it's that quick. All right, I'm gonna hop in the voice.
Now we're gonna do a tournament.
Sanctioned.
All right, now we get 32 people tournament.
Yeah.
Oh
I-
my god.
GG,
Can you
guys.
imagine?
Well done.
GG's. GG's.
GG.
Handshakes all around.
Can you
Congratulations.
imagine if it's like 10 people going at the same bingo card at the same time?
Whoever gets two of them wins.
Oh. How that? Yeah, we just can't. We couldn't do lockout with 10 people.
Maybe like a
obviously.
team.
Oh, a team? Oh,
like
there you go.
Ooh,
That's the tag right there.
That's an idea right
Can
there.
we do 5 and 5 and you can tag between each other?
5 and
Relay race?
5. Relay race would be
shit.
sick, actually.
Oh my
I
god.
wanna
Yeah.
do one for that,
Each
though.
person
You
has
don't
to
even
get
need
one
bingo
space.
for that. You don't even need bingo. You can just do a relay race. Like,
Oh man, that's such
get
a fun
50
idea.
people together. All of them get really good at speedrunning one of the games, and then you just pass off.
We talked
I
about
think
that. We
it's
talked about
That's
DDQ. They'd have to
nasty.
give us an
That's
entire
sick.
day. They'd have to give us like 24 hours.
See if
But
you
we
beat
could
the
do
whole
it
game.
theoretically.
You could do it, yeah. Get me on
Oh,
Bushido
man.
Ball, baby.
Catch me in Bushido Ball.
Catch me
All
in
right.
Bushido
Live
Ball.
on GDQ.
Live on GDQ, baby.
I gotta ask, Pizza,
Mm.
how was Pilot Quest going for you?
Oh, it was an amazing time.
Amazing.
I just loved smacking that crystal so much.
Yep.
And continuously coming back to the meat shack for no meat.
Who up smacking Day Crystal?
So
You
no
were
meat. No meat then.
you were having
No
a
meat.
pretty rough time in Pilot Quest.
Look, as a speed
Yeah,
game,
I,
it's difficult.
Yeah. We
I
might
should
be
have noticed. I guess you should scan for Pilot Quest when you start a bingo, so you can get
yes.
your idle rolling.
And that's kind of the
Yeah.
idea with it. That's kind of the
Which I
idea.
did not do.
Yeah, there's only 25 spaces. How many possible challenges do we have on the dock?
Oh, it's
That's a-
fun.
A lot.
Like
Good
4 or
question.
5 pages, 6 pages.
It's a
7
lot,
pages, 8
yeah.
pages,
It's
9
every
pages.
game.
Like 300 or something at this point.
I want to say the
I'm
average
adding mine in right now.
the average per game is probably 3, and then there's
Yeah,
a
it's
number
3 or
of
4.
general ones that aren't tied to specific games. So there's got to be probably about 200, at least getting close to.
Oh man, if I get one of these combat ants, and if it comes down to combat ants as the final square,
That'd be so
fucking
fucking funny,
no
dude.
way, dude. Like nobody wants to do it. Both people are like,
You can
No.
save it for last. Oh.
Well,
"Give me our
thank-
gold disc."
Thank you guys for playing. I think we got some good notes on stuff to improve. We're gonna be looking into some formats to better randomize the cards. I don't know if you noticed on this card that like almost every square was one game, and there was no synergy between the squares for the most part. That's something that we kind of want to
Yeah, yeah.
avoid in the future.
That's smart.
We want there to be synergy. We want there to be like some strats are better than others, and you like, do I need to go for this or should I save it for later? You know, a lot of
Can
things
you
like
have
that.
squares that are half and half? Like one you can have a square that's a challenge in 2 different games.
Yeah, that's like stuff that will entertain. You know, the thread up for bingo is in the speedrun general chat. There's a thread for it. If you have ideas, dump them in there. We have a document where you can add suggestions. If you want to add goals, and we'll review them, and if we like them, we'll add them.
Should I add them straight into the doc?
Yeah, straight into the doc. They get added as a suggestion, kind of like it gets kind of like a code review.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we'll look them over, and if we think that they're good, we'll add them. Maybe we'll modify them to make them work better. But we need ideas. We need, you know, if you have feedback on the way it works, the way it's randomized, anything like that, let us know.
I'm curious as to what you consider a boss. Like, for example, the first 2 enemies in Star Wasper, is that considered a boss?
So in the rules that I wrote up, I wrote something specific about that, and I said a boss is anything with a name or health bar, or something that serves the purpose of like an end of stage boss.
How about Hotfoot?
How about we just don't add anything from Hotfoot into the bingo?
Yeah, but how about no for our sanity?
Can we put that in the rules?
Oh yeah, hot food,
Oh, come
perfect.
on, guys.
Yeah,
How
perfect.
is that?
But like stuff like that is like questions that need to be asked. You know, it's important stuff. So I'm gonna think about
Yeah.
that one.
Oh, get a perfect in Hotfoot as that the opponent
Yeah.
can never score once.
Ugh.
Oh, fuck.
Pretty good.
It's just one round. That's the goal, is to just have that in one round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
I'll add it if you wanted to.
That's a good one. Yeah, I'll suggest that one.
I think it's already in there.
I think a
Um,
good goal for Hotfoot would be to close it out.
Why do you think
Close
why do you think the bingo sing password was UFO 49?
True.
Hotfoot was the one. It's the one we cut.
Always.
I think a fun like multi-game one might be like to get a game over in as many games as you can. So like some of them would be longer, like losing in pin golf gets you a game over.
Oh, that one's good. I like that one.
I've been trying to avoid
Yeah,
goals
but then you could
where
also use like Rakshasa. which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
immediate.
If
I've
you do
been-
it like get
Like
10
10
game overs
games.
in different games, yeah.
I've been kind of trying
Yeah,
to
like
avoid
10
goals
games.
where like you have to fail as quickly as possible. Just because like watching someone die over and over again isn't always that interesting.
That's true.
And I feel like a lot of
Yeah,
those goals
I
are pretty
think multiple
abusable.
games.
If we can
How's
figure
that?
out like a way to make it less abusable, I'd be open to it. But in general, I kind of like to.
I'd be the world champion at failing at UFO 50 over and over
Do you
again.
have like spot like at least 5 pilot cameos or something?
Yeah, we have that one. For the UFOs, yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting a follow alert on my stream and I can't hear it. Realistically positive, man. The follow, and Pizza, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm probably wrapping up here. The bingo's over. Congrats to Bob Salad for a pretty convincing victory. It was looking like
Yes.
Bob was gonna win in like 25 minutes, and then it went on for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
probably class area.
That pilot quest takes a while.
Yeah, that goal was intended to take a while. You know, we have some
You
goals that
start at the
are
start, you know.
yeah, right, and none of you started it right away. By the way, neither of you started Pilot Quest at the start, which I thought was interesting. I think Bob started at 15 minutes in. Pizza started at like 20 minutes in, something like that.
I'm sad no one got an egg in divers.
We'll never know if the divers goals are good or not because no one wants to play divers.
I think
I
that's
played
your,
that. I
I think
love
that's your
diving.
answer right there.
I feel like anything in Divers and Grimstone is going to be brutal to race.
Our
where
Grimstone
the
goals are
Grimstone
things
goals?
you can do very quickly. We have good Grimstone goals. Divers is a bit of a
15.
toss-up. We don't really know Divers that well. I've been meaning to learn it.
I don't even know what an egg costs.
Wait, hold on.
That was
15
about
enemies in Grimstone. Is that enemy encounters or number of enemies?
Number of
total?
enemies. Number of enemies.
enemies.
The
Okay,
wording-
that's incredibly quick then. Yeah.
The wording for the goals should be pretty self-explanatory, and if any of them aren't, let us know. but you should be able to just read it and understand what it means. Shouldn't be questions.
Yeah.
In the rules doc, we have like some clarifications for like edge cases. You know, like what is a boss, what is a food. But in general, those are pretty self-explanatory, and that you should by reading them.
I'm pretty sure getting an egg takes like 15 minutes max.
Mini and Max.
No way.
True.
I can make it take so much longer. Don't you worry.
Yeah, I was gonna say for 15 minutes for who?
Getting the hammer thing in divers takes like 2 minutes.
But anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out and being excited about bingo. It makes me happy.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
everybody.
yeah.
Everybody, thank Goose for organizing it all. I think documenting everything, it all work.
Thanks, Goose.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And I'm hopping out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
So
He's
where,
bad.
where can we see the stream or the recording of this?
Oh, it's gonna be on my channel, Python LB. Unfortunately, my stream died partway through, so it's gonna be in 2 parts. But that's the way it goes. But yeah, I'm gonna publish the VOD right after this, so you should on my channel.
Cool.
All right, thanks
Sweet,
for
I
playing,
definitely
and
wanna watch this.
come hang in the bingo thread. We talk a lot there. See you later. All right, chat. That was bingo. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for hanging out. It's been time. I'm gonna see who, and we're gonna throw somebody a raid. Maybe we can find somebody who's playing UFO 50 and talk about bingo. What do you guys think of that?
Money.
Ooh, that was loud. Sorry. You open Twitch and you just get shit. Let's see who's. All right, I'm gonna throw a random raid to somebody I don't know. Let's go through raid Flipsider99. That sounds good to me. Raid Flipsider99. Playing UFO 50? I don't know him. Go say hi. Tell them about bingo. Spread the word about bingo. Tell everybody about bingo. It's a great time. It's awesome. More people need to play it. Guys, thanks again for watching. I'm hoping I can stream a lot more of this. If you guys want to play bingo, just talk about it in the thread and I'll offer to stream. I'll see you guys later. Peace.